Hi, everybody. I just want to go through some terms and then give you a chart that kind of takes us through really the entire uh, big picture of migration. We've looked at populations and how they spread, and you're looking at how those populations change societies over time, and you'll start to see patterns of migrations within those societies. So I want to start to make sure that you guys understand these terms that come up all the time in all of your honors NAP classes. So I'm going to just go through them pretty quickly, but just know that they're here. We're going to go over social factors, political factors, cultural factors, economic factors, ecological, all also called environmental factors, demographic factors, socioeconomic. Notice we've taken social and economic factors, and cultural landscape and globalization. I probably won't get to those last two. Pause this anytime. I know I talk super fast and I get excited about things, but just pause it, rewind, because I do want you to know what all these terms mean. You will need them like forever. So make sure you are taking notes to remember what is most important. Okay. Demographic has to do with that DTM chart. Okay. So these are basically anything, an indicator that tells you about overall, what can you tell about a population, right? Total population distribution. Where are they in the world? The density, natural increase rate. I'm saying these because I know some of you might not be looking at the slide. You might be just listening and writing these down. CBR, CDR, LEIMR, infant mortality rate, FR, fertility rate, it's TFR, total fertility rate, dependency ratio, how many people are working compared to how many people who are dependent on them. Remember that? The dependency ratio. Migration, where are the people moving to? What is their gender? What is their ethnicity, their race? Where are they from? Carrying, that should be carrying capacity. That is a typo that I am going to save right now. Carrying capacity, how many people can their land hold without running out of resources, right? Age, education, socioeconomic status, blue collar, white collar, are they managers? Are they laborers? That's what socioeconomic status is. Employment status, unemployed versus employed. Marital status, are they married? What's their religion? Those are all just examples. There's a lot more you could look at. I could look at literacy rate, for example. How many people can read and write? All of those are just called demographic factors. Next one is cultural factors. Cultural factors are going to be all of these: languages, beliefs, fashion, food, history, technology, government, economic system. Is it money? Is it bartering? Are they trading? Traditions, music, architecture, all of those fall under a big category called culture. Now we are going to take out some of those, like economics, right? And we're going to pull it out and look at what does that mean. So here's social. Think social are people. What do people do and how do they interact with each other? Are they reading and writing? How educated are they? What is their gender? Notice there's a lot of overlap too. These are also cultural factors. These are also demographic factors. What is their, how developed are they? Are they more developed? Are they underdeveloped? Are they developing? How much income do they get? What is their employment status? Age, again, all of these kind of overlap with demographic indicators. Anything to do with people is going to be called a social factor. You'll see both of those terms. It's just important for you to understand, what they mean. These can also be, all of these could be demographic indicators. Their beliefs, their standard of living means how well off are they? Education, how much schooling do they have? How much income do they get? What is their sense of community? Do they have a strong sense of community or are they isolated? Is there tension? That kind of thing. So that's what social factors are. Economic factors now are going to be anything having to do with the stability of a person's welfare. How well off are they? What is the development of that country, right? How do they have good infrastructure? Like the infrastructure is pipes, fresh water, all that. GDP, how much money does the country make as a population? We'll look at that more. Don't worry about that so much now. How many resources are there for them? What are their resources? Do they have forests? Do they have mines? Do they have access to fresh water? Right? Those are some more important ones. What kind of activities are people doing for income? Primary is out of the land, farming, mining. Secondary is turning it into something, manufacturing. Tertiary is selling it. Quaternary is like owning it and managing it. Resources, we talked about already. Inflation, how much is their money worth? Tax structure, how much are they being taxed? What is the value of their land? All that is because land is part of your assets, right? It's not just about money. It's about what makes you valuable. And land has been the predominant one historically. Socioeconomics looks at kind of the combination of both of these. What kind of jobs do people have? People earn money, right? Social, economic. What is their income? What kind of products are they making? What is their education level? What's their health care? What kind of investments are they making? Class, upper class, lower class, middle class. Ethnicity, race, gender. Political factors are going to be basically what kind of government do they have? We were just talking in my history class about a central power, an authoritarian, one authority in power, right? That's called authoritarian. It could be an authoritarian figure in power. People do not have rights. There may be a lot of oppression, or they could live in this is my symbol for a democracy, right? Federal power. So anyway, those are the types of governments: size, economic, population, conflict. Who are their enemies? Who is tolerant? Who is persecuting them? What will you be jailed for? Right? Political prisoners are in jail because they say something that the government doesn't like against them. Conflict, okay, cooperation. Who are their allies? Who are our allies of overseas or even abroad? Countries that work together, alliances, restrictions and laws, taxations, all that can be basically anything that the government is involved with. Shoot, that is not highlighted, but it's ecological, or what you're going to see in a minute, environmental is the same thing as this. What is the climate, resources, landform, environmental issues are anything that the humans are coming in like conflict with their environment, whether it's forest fires, hurricanes, tornadoes, soil drying up, drought, right? No water, too much water. Those are the two big ones. And that's as far as we will go for right now. We'll look at the rest later, but I'm going to put this up along with a chart that looks like this.